Alan's up to no good.
Are after the money.
Your job is to control Philip, and my business is to know your technique.
And he'll use Blake.
I will always be able to blow you out of the water.
And Sonny.
Let's get to work.
On what?
On a plan to sacrifice Will Jeffries and save our necks.
To get it all.
Well, it was nice to see a movie that didn't have a baseball or a gun in it.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I did.
Allow me.
Thank you. Didn't you?
Yeah, I did, actually. It's not really a movie I would have seen on my own, though, but yeah, I liked it.
Good.
This is what I like more.
Well, we should do this more often.
Well, I can make myself available.
So do you want to talk now?
Talk?
You told me earlier you wanted to talk to me about Harley.
Hurley who?
Come on, wouldn't it feel better getting it off your chest?
Oh, I don't know, Mindy. I mean...
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you guys had come back.
Oh, Will. Yeah, hi.
I couldn't sleep.
Come on in.
Tossing and turning. Frank?
Well?
Were you remembering things?
I don't know. It all was so jumbled.
Well, maybe you were just feeling a little, uncomfortable, Will. I mean, being that you're not in your own bed.
I don't know, Frank. It's not like I'd recognize it. I don't...
He just makes me laugh.
Well,
it's the
why
most
not?
horrible thing.
What are we supposed to do, sit around and cry about it? I mean...
No. You're very brave.
Well, that helped. Well, would anybody like some coffee?
Oh, you know, Will, I really don't think that's a good idea, do you? I mean, coffee, having caffeine and all that might keep you awake, and besides all those, you know, acids, coffee has acids, bad for your stomach.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, maybe you should be the doctor. What is it you do for a living?
Charming. We'll remove 10 years from your face. Yeah? And put them where? Oh, this isn't the answer. The next thing you know, you'll be buying one of those little white dogs. Joining a classic books club. Honey, what you need's a man.
What are you talking about? Oh, don't play innocent with me. You're harassing Blake. She told you that. Look, just don't call her at my apartment again. What? You heard me. Don't do it. Especially if you're going to be so spineless that you have to hang up when I answer the phone.
Does Rita know that we were lovers in Mexico?
What do you think?
I don't imagine that you'd consider that advantageous.
You're right. I wouldn't.
Some people might, though.
Not you, I hope. This is our little secret, and I intend to keep it that way.
I understand. I wouldn't dream of telling anybody.
Shocking confession from Tyson's wife. Why she really married him. Inquire within.
We've got what you want, the way that you want it. Inquire within.
What's the untold story behind the wedding of Elvis's pregnant daughter?
Inquire within.
Why vitamins boost children's IQs?
19 million people read us for a tip or a glance. 'Cause we've got what you want, the way that you want it. Inquire within.
Friends acting funny? Maybe it's your breath. Now there's new Milk-Bone mint-flavored dog biscuits. Mint-flavored biscuits put the bite on bad breath and clean your teeth. Because like all Milk-Bone biscuits, each crunch helps scrape away food particles and plaque that can cause bad breath. New mint-flavored Milk-Bone dog biscuits with the cool taste of mint that everybody loves. Milk-Bone dog biscuits, twice a day.
Claude Akins. Love your Polygrip ads, but I use a powder adhesive for my dentures.
Then try this. Super Polygrip Powder. One use holds up to 12 full hours. Get Super Polygrip Powder with 12-hour holding power.
Learning how to talk fast is one way to save on international calls. U.S. Sprint's international long-distance sale is a better way. Save as much as 10 to 34% if you call now and switch.
For years, the stand mixer stood alone. Same with the food processor. But Oster brought something better to life. The kitchen center appliance. It's a stand mixer, food processor, and more. And you'll be surprised at how little it costs.
That was last season on Dallas.
I don't know how the hell I'm going to get out of this one.
Find out when Dallas premieres October 28th.
I hope you're not so transparent with Philip.
I see no need to veil my thoughts from you. After all, we're partners.
Yes, of course. But I understand the desire for you to hold a trump card.
Why? Do I need one?
This is a high-stakes game. We both stand to lose a great deal if either of us backs out.
Is that the reason for the little show tonight?
Show?
Frightening me, criticizing my every move, issuing me orders?
Really, was I as awful as that?
You tried to be. I half expected you to take out a ruler and wrap my knuckles with it.
Well, I must apologize for my bad manners. I see that you're keeping your end of things going very well.
Yes, I have.
As long as you keep your perspective about Philip.
You've got no problem there.
Good. You know, whether or not you sleep with him is entirely your prerogative. As I said, it won't get you anywhere. But maybe you didn't know that until tonight.
Give me some credit.
Well, he is quite a catch. So, you're holding out on him for one of two reasons. One is that leading Philip on will give you some leverage.
Which I have been using to full advantage.
Very good. The other is that you may be developing a conscience. That would be very bad.
You know, calling her at my apartment when you know she's with me is inconsiderate. But then to hang up like some little adolescent schoolboy. What, are you stupid? Did you think she wouldn't tell me?
No, really?
Oh, come on, Philip. You really think that Johnny would do something like that? I mean, why? Because he's afraid of you or something? Maybe your girl wonder,
Stop,
but...
Chelsea. Yeah, I thought so. I guess he fooled you, too.
Well, Philip, it has happened before, but the man involved was a bigger skunk.
Chelsea, when are you going to get a new bathroom?
Come on, Phil. That's a cheap shot. Besides, I kind of like it.
Oh,
Thank
you two are just too cute for words. Hey, no, don't give me a hard time. I'm the man that was just called a skunk. Johnny, I feel it's my duty to warn you, though. It may look good now, but boy, does she nag the one she loves.
Oh, only when you're particularly cruel and despicable. And I bet you even Miss PR would have a few words to say about how you earned your promotion, Phil.
What?
You heard me. Excuse me, but I really think this has gone on far enough. Oh, forget it.
No. You know, I'm curious. Does Blake know how you took over Spaulding? Does she know that the young business prodigy is really a fraud?
Oh, Johnny, she knows all about getting rid of losers. And she knows that's exactly what it was.
But not all the gory details.
Oh, I hate to disillusion you, pal, but she knows all about it.
All right.
Every single step.
Will you two stop it?
please. Hey!
Hi.
What do we got here? Party? Anyone hungry?
You got some real great stuff.
Yeah, we got some little hats for Michelle and Ben. I know you guys are too mature to wear hats and all, but...
This is hardly a party, unless you brought helmets.
Yeah, I noticed the party seemed to hit a certain lull here.
Yeah, well, this isn't really funny unless you consider World War III a laugh.
What happened?
Well, I don't know. Johnny and Philip are about to go head-to-head, and Fletcher's probably off robbing a bank somewhere.
I have to talk to you.
We tried to
just
hold
for a minute,
him.
all right? Come on, just for a minute.
You better
Please, just please.
I suppose I can risk this. Thank you, Joseph. Vera.
You sure you'll be okay?
I'll scream if I need you. And you remember Vera is nearby, and she's already cranky with you.
I'll understand. I'll remember. And, P.S., that finger in the pocket routine is the oldest gag in the book.
Yeah, but it works every time.
I figured him for the wimp. I was more afraid of Vera.
Oh, you'd be wise. As you may have guessed, I am not receiving at this hour or in this room.
Oh, yeah. You know, I've never seen a baroness under an oil slick before.
No, and I dare say you won't again. We're a rare breed.
Oh, gee, I didn't realize it was this late. Listen, I am very sorry, but I had to talk to you. And then that gunzel of yours downstairs
Yes,
started to make me nervous.
I understand. You are under a lot of pressure these days. I'm sure that accounts for your extraordinary behavior.
Yeah, well, I'm always this persistent, but I'm not always this rude.
Understood. Fletcher, I haven't had a chance to talk to you since the funeral. I'm truly sorry about Maeve. I respected her and liked her, and there are few people in this world I can say both those things about.
Thank you.
That's why I didn't have you thrown out. Now, why are you here?
Well, it's about one of the things that Maeve and I love the best. It's the Journal. Now, your family's in the newspaper business. You must know what it means.
Well, I know the Journal staff have always felt the Mirror was a rag. Have you come here to give the competition a lecture on standards?
No, they're both still newspapers, and I respect anyone who's trying to make a go of it in this business.
This night's getting longer by the minute. Could you get to the point?
All right. Now, I want to make a go of my newspaper. And I can do that. Except that Julia Stoddard has given me a short-term option. Now, I can buy her out of her half of the newspaper if I move fast. Otherwise, I'm going to have to operate with her in charge. Now, I'm not saying that out-of-town owners are going to destroy this newspaper, but they would be entirely detrimental.
God, you burst in here in the middle of the night to hit me up for a loan, haven't you?
Oh, you're looking at a broken peanut. All I ever wanted was to get into a Fifth Avenue candy bar so I can be irresistible. But they don't want peanuts. They want peanut butter. Crunchy layer after layer of peanut butter smothered in Hershey's pure milk chocolate. Oh, it'll be a grind, but I'm going to do it. After all, it's Hershey's. It's Fifth Avenue. It's everything it's cracked up to be. And if they won't have me, I'm going to throw myself to the elephants.
Taste of Peter Pan comes in a plastic jar. So even if you do drop it, it won't shatter.
Eat some peanut butter anytime you can. Only if it's Peter Pan.
Lunchtime. Good lunch. With fresh baked whole grain breads. Good then. Good now in today's Roman meal. Natural whole grain goodness. Make one meal a day a Roman meal.
Many people need to cut down on salt for better health.
Instead of salt, use great-tasting Mrs. Dash with 14 natural herbs and spices. Use Mrs. Dash on every dish for zesty, savory flavor. For better health, instead of salt, try Mrs. Dash.
I was in Phoenix. I had to give a speech. While I was working on my speech in the hotel room, I started coughing. So I called down, and the front desk sent up some cough syrup.
Not all cough medicines work the same.
This stuff was for kids. It wasn't for me. Then I sat down for something stronger, and they sent up Vicks 44.
Today's Formula 44 contains maximum strength dextromethorphan, as effective as codeine, but non-narcotic.
That Vicks Formula 44 kicked that cough.
Formula 44, maximum strength for maximum relief. From Vicks.
I don't want to cough again, but if I do, I'm taking it.
Just think of it as a business proposition.
Would money exchange hands?
Yeah, that's part of it.
Or would it go from my account to yours?
Well, temporarily.
That's a loan, Fletcher.
No, it's much more than that, see, because Spaulding would be investing in the only other newspaper in town. Now, that could be a valuable tool.
And it's something you would never consider unless you were very desperate.
That's not true, because there are plenty of other Spauldings to choose from. You just happen to be the one I made this valuable offer to.
Offer? Why a Spaulding? Why not somebody else with money?
Well, there aren't that many people walking around with as much dough as you have. And I didn't want to make the offer to a friend.
Oh, so you thought of me. Charming.
No, listen, it's just because you're in the business and you would understand.
Yes, I get the picture quite clearly. And you have exactly 2 minutes to convince me I wasn't a fool to let you in here.
Julia Stoddard is trying to rip off my newspaper, and I can't let that happen.
You could find worse employers.
I can't work for her. I have to fight her.
Have to?
All right, listen. Since Maeve has been gone, Julia's been trying to take Ben away from me. Now, if I lose the paper, I'm likely to lose custody.
I see.
So if you give me the loan, I can keep the paper. I'll have plenty of money to go to court to fight Julia for the custody of Ben.
This is very important to you, isn't it?
Oh, yes. Yes, it is. Will you help me?
I hope Frank's not getting too wet outside. Duke better not be giving him a hard time.
Well, let's see. Well, it looks like Frank and Duke are in a standoff.
Oh, no. And those were his good shoes, too. What's wrong?
I don't know. I started to see something.
What is it? What?
It went so fast.
Sit down. Sit down.
Oh, went outside. I put Duke in the garage and my boots got ruined. Well, what's wrong?
Will had a memory flash.
And that helps?
No, he just had a headache.
Whenever I start to remember something, I get these incredible headaches.
Oh, yeah, well, I've got a great cure for headaches. Excuse me, Mindy. Like a little direct pressure always helps sometimes here.
Wait a minute. Frank, be
It's like
careful.
this.
Don't hurt him.
Frank, I don't think you know your own strength. Frank.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you okay?
Yeah, Frank, I think it worked. My head feels better.
Good. Well, guys, I'm pooped. I'm going to turn in.
Why don't I take you to your room?
Good.
Oh, good night, Will.
Good night, Will.
School, we know even the youngest child loves trains.
I wish I had a train, Dad.
So we made the Play School Express, the first real train for preschoolers.
A train, a real train.
The Play School Express is easy to put together, easy to get on the track, and extra tough. And it needs no electricity, so even the youngest kid can run it all by himself.
Great train.
It's the best, Dad.
Make his first train the best. Play School Express.
Grapes. For nibbling with someone you love. For lazy Sunday mornings. For eating one by one by one.
This is the man who knows breakfast best. Now he brings us new Quaker Oat squares. Nutty squares of whole grain oats with his good name and his sturdy character. New Quaker Oat squares from the man who knows breakfast best.
Light, intriguing, brilliant, and beautiful. Now captured in a remarkable floor by tiny pearlescent chips precisely placed with Armstrong's unique inlaid color technology to create a surface like no other in the world. Presenting the Solarian Supreme Pearl Glaze Collection. Armstrong makes your home so nice to come home to. Win a new kitchen from Armstrong. Call 1-800-FLOORS-FOR-YOU and ask for Dream Kitchen.
We'll continue with part 2 of Guiding Light in a moment.
In Malaysia, Dada means drugs. In Malaysia, Dada is death, based on a true story. Dada is death. Coming soon to CBS.
The Crash, 1 year later. CBS This Morning goes live to Wall Street. Join Kathleen Sullivan and Harry Smith tomorrow on CBS This Morning. This is CBS.
Matchmakers make a match on the next Oprah Winfrey Show.
Tuesday at 3 on Channel 6.
At the Dolly Madison Bakery, we start with the finest ingredients, like milk and eggs, creamy filling and blankets of real fudge. But we haven't created a zinger until we add the most essential ingredients, the fun.
A healthy lifestyle is something to appreciate, but that's difficult for millions of Americans with heart and vascular disease, a problem caused by the buildup of cholesterol and other fatty deposits in blood vessels. But now a laser can be used to vaporize the blockage. It eases the strain on your heart without major surgery. Because we accept Medicare assignment, cost is not a factor, and we provide free transportation. For more information, call the Heart Institute of Tulsa at 599-8900.
Blast off. Robert, Joffe, and John take their imaginations to the sky. Join us tonight at 5 for You've Got a Friend and the News on 6.
Are you all right?
Yeah, please come in. I just wasn't expecting anybody, especially you. When did you get back from Venezuela?
This evening. And Josh is out of town, so I was home alone when the power went out, and I thought Mindy wouldn't mind if I came by.
Well, I'm sure she won't. Oh, your coat.
Thank you. Would you like me to hang it up?
No, I still remember my basic motor skills. Thank you.
Is Mindy here?
She went to bed.
Is she asleep, do you think?
No, she wasn't alone.
I see. Well, that'll give us a chance to catch up then, I think. I see you have new clothes.
Yeah. My landlord, he donated all my clothes to charity, so Mindy was nice enough to take me out and give me some new ones. That's really something.
You seem a little jittery. Don't you like the rain?
Well, I just don't have a very good track record with storms. Apparently, the night I disappeared, there was a big storm, and, well, the last storm, I came to your house, and you attacked me. So who knows what's in store for tonight?
Well, I'm sure you'll be fine. But I wouldn't blame you if you decided to stay in.
I think I will.
How are your sessions going, Dr. Linden?
They're okay. I think they're helping.
Well, good. Have you remembered much?
No. But I suggested that if something doesn't happen soon, that we should search my collective unconscious, and whatever looks good, we'll just take that.
What do you mean?
Collective You're a psychiatrist?
Yeah, yes. I don't know where my head is. It must be jet lag. Some tea?
No thanks, I'm fine.
Come on, it's cold and wet outside. We both could use it.
Especially if one of us needs time to think.
Alan, you've had my answer from the moment we met in the park. I'm here. Nothing has changed since Mexico. Except you've been a little bit more careful about what you drink.
Yes, well, that was not my finest hour. And I'm surprised you recognized me in that cantina.
What, the great Alan Spaulding? You've been my term project the whole semester before. I was down in Mexico recovering from exams. It's not the place where one expects to see people at their best.
Well, then I didn't disappoint you.
Not at all. And to think I thought I had learned and read everything there was to know about you.
What I told you down there was hardly fit to print.
But I couldn't get enough.
Well, did you follow me?
I found out your room number downstairs. I wanted to talk some more.
Talk?
And socialize. You know. I think it's just terrible. Losing your whole company.
Are you through talking yet?
I don't know. I find it so fascinating.
And I think it's time to socialize. Unless you came here just to get a good laugh.
Oh, I would never laugh at you, Mr. Allen. That's not how I feel at all.
Well, then how do you feel?
Attracted. Very attracted to you.
That's good. That's very good.
How many hours did we stay in that room?
I lost count.
Well, I didn't expect this.
What did you expect?
To get to know one of my idols.
Well, you've certainly accomplished that.
I still don't understand how it could have happened.
It's very simple.
No. Just why you're here. And your son is running Spaulding?
That, unfortunately, is also very simple. Philip followed the plan that I used to depose my father. He was a very good student.
Must have been a very good plan. And you're just willing to stay here and take it. Don't you want your company back?
No. Not anymore. I don't want to see Springfield again.
Is it Springfield you hate, or the woman who set you up?
And I don't want to see that woman ever again in my life. And now I'm going to marry that woman. Assuming she comes home.
Excuse me?
I said, who would have thought that I'd come home? Certainly not you. Or did you?
You could do it, Alan. If you took Philip to court, if the bogus merger became public.
No, that would cause irreparable damage to the company.
The damage to the company could be contained if Philip was made to look corrupt.
He's still my son. That's not the Spaulding way. We don't air our dirty laundry.
Okay. How would you do it? Hypothetically.
Very quietly, I'd find someone in the company close to Philip. Someone who knew his every move.
Which position?
Oh, something to feed his ego. PR, perhaps. And then I'd wait until he stumbled.
You could always throw something in his path to trip him up.
Is that what they teach you in ethics of business these days?
I mean, don't tell me that you're willing to sit and patiently wait, maybe for years.
Why not? Anyway, I'm beyond waiting.
What if I could get you all the help that you needed from the inside?
I'd say, what's in it for you?
Your undying gratitude.
Which would translate into what?
The executive VP job when you're back on top.
What division?
All of them. Foreign and domestic. The VP of the entire company.
That position has not existed for years. The last man to hold it, well, let's just say he broke the mold.
You could create it again.
You got imagination, I must give you that.
Thinking small is not going to get either of us where we should be.
Blake, there's no we. You see, I don't care anymore.
Maybe not this minute. But, Alan, you're lying to yourself if you think you can go on living like this forever. You'll care again, someday.
I'm glad that business is not the only thing you're passionate about. Otherwise, you would be a real bore.
Think about it, Alan. You know, you really could...
No, I just want to think about tonight. Just tonight, all right. And I was left with only a note on my pillow the next morning.
Don't pretend to be broken-hearted. I know I was driving you nuts.
Well, you were insistent, the eager student.
You were so stubborn. I never thought I'd get a plan out of you.
It was a drunken exercise.
But it's worked.
Apparently. You know, I was very surprised when I showed up at the Martin farm, and there you were. That oil spill was sloppy.
Well, I had to do something to show Philip that he needed me. I didn't know when I was going to see you again, and I had to improvise.
It was a big gamble.
But it paid off. And now Philip trusts me completely.
Just be careful with Philip. He's not nearly as sentimental as me.
Oh, right. I'm sure you get all soft and mushy looking at greeting cards.
Well, I do love this one. Alan, I wanted a mentor, and I got a master. I'll never forget these nights together. Blake. And they say that business people have no poetry in their hearts.
Why on earth did you keep that?
Always a reminder to both of us about how much we mean to each other. It's very touching, don't you think?
No, take the last one. I can make another batch.
Kellogg's Rice Krispies Treats. You could whip up a chewy, no-bake batch in minutes. However, nobody has to know that but you.
I know how you love them, so I don't mind the work.
Besides, Rice Krispies Treats certainly taste like somebody slaved over them.
Really? It's no bother.
Rice Krispies Treats. So good, it's hard to believe how easy they are.
It's worth any amount of trouble, as long as it makes you happy.
I'm Saul Fessman, president of Queen City Home Healthcare. I'd like to tell you about a medical product that is very effective and may be at no cost to you. This is the seat lift chair that is also a recliner. It is being used by thousands of people who suffer from severe arthritis as a form of treatment in their homes. Best of all, if you qualify, you could receive this chair at no cost. Here's how. You must have a qualifying condition such as severe arthritis or other diseases which makes the chair a medically necessary treatment. You must be enrolled in Medicare Part B and have a Medicare co-insurance policy which covers the Medicare deductible and co-payment. Many people suffer from arthritis and cannot get up from a seated position. This chair will give them the freedom to get around and help them avoid falls and injuries. So if you're a Medicare recipient and you meet the previous conditions, then you can get this recline and lift chair delivered to your door at no cost. Call 1-800-950-9500 toll free. 1-800-950-9500.
Your baby will go through 4 important levels of development, so Beechnut develops Stages baby food with 4 levels of nutrition matched to your baby's developing needs. Stage 1 single ingredient foods help avoid allergic reactions. Stage 2 combination foods have extra variety and nutrition. Stage 3 is extra texture for baby's new teeth. And there's table time when adult food is too spicy. Give your baby Beechnut Stages, the right food at the right stage. Beechnut Stages.
Okay, you guys are off the hook with the hats, but we did get some stuff for tacos. Anybody game for that?
That sounds great. What can I do to help?
Not a thing. I'm in charge of the beef. I'm going to cook that, and Rose is in charge of everything else.
Can you excuse us for a second? I need to talk to Ed.
Yeah.
Okay. Riot control. No more fights.
Me? Now, listen, Fletcher, it's about Fletcher. He needs some money quickly and a lot, so I thought what we could do.
You want us to mortgage the house?
Look,
are you out of your mind?
I did not come here looking for a fight tonight.
Oh, trouble just seems to follow you, huh? I suppose you weren't looking for a fight when you went after your father, either.
You don't know anything about my father or me. Who the hell are you to judge me?
You did what you did.
That's
enough. Stop it.
Hi, guys. I'm the groom. Remember me? You two the best man? Tomorrow's my wedding day?
Sorry.
Yeah, well, this is not what I had in mind for tonight. Are you two honestly fighting over Blake, Lindsay?
Look, you don't understand.
I guess I do. What's the problem?
No problem. No problem. And you're right, and I'm sorry. You deserve a lot better than this from me. This is your night. Tomorrow's your day. I want everything to be just the way you want it to be. So why don't you let Johnny be your best man? He's your cousin. It's the thing that you should do. And I will see you tomorrow.
No, come on. You're not getting off that easily.
Rick, I don't want to cause any trouble.
Then stop trying to duck out.
I'm not.
You're not going anywhere until you stand up with me. And Johnny.
I don't want to push, but you've had time to think.
And I think you are an insufferable bore for the way you've behaved.
Yeah, well, we both agree on that. It's just that I told you what's at stake.
Which was the only reason I listened.
It's a hell of a deal.
I can decide that for myself. But do you want my answer or not?
But that starter dame
He's an old friend of my family. We've known them for years. And as much as I sympathize with you, I can't get caught in the middle of a bidding war for the Journal or a custody battle over Ben. I'm sorry, Fletcher. I can't get involved with your family problems. I have enough of my own.
I think you should reconsider. It's a chance of a lifetime.
Good night, Fletcher.
How about if I pay you double the interest I owe you?
Good night, Fletcher.
But if... What the hell am I gonna do?
So what's Venezuela like this time of year?
It's lovely. It's rather like springtime, yeah.
Did I like it there?
What?
In Venezuela, did I like living there?
You... Well, I didn't know you then. You arrived at Lewis Oil after I had my accident.
I heard about that. I guess that's something else we have in common then.
Yes, I suppose it is.
What else?
What else?
Yes.
What else do we have in common? We were both doctors. We, both worked at Lewis Oil. Please don't stare at me. I know it's a terrible habit, but I just, What is it?
Did you and I have an affair?
Introducing Trey LA, the fragrance that LA inside out.
Beverly Hills, you go Trey LA. Fancy, fancy, fat car, gas, live a big car. Everybody's chicken, everybody out.
If a man you've never met suddenly gives you flowers, that's the impulse of new Trey LA.
Trey LA is LA inside out.
Trey LA from Impulse.
New popcorn cakes. Real popcorn with a brand new crunch. Chico-san. All the fun and flavor of popcorn comes through in the crunch.
It's hard to get me to try anything new. Then one night I discovered Coffee Mate instead of milk. I got some nice surprise. It turned out it made one terrific cup of coffee. Rich and creamy.
Coffee Mate from Carnation. Don't doubt it. Try it.
Hello, I'm calling to find out if the carpet that I just bought from you has this stain protection that's locked in the fiber, you know, before the fiber becomes a carpet. What do you mean it's not locked in that way unless it's a wear-dated carpet? But a wear-dated carpet isn't what you sold me. Well, what's mine then? Sprayed on? Oh, he sprayed on the carpet? Excuse me.
Honey, take it easy. Wear-dated carpet. Stain protection locked in before the carpet's a carpet.
Good afternoon from CBS News. Dan Rather with Newsbreak. Just 3 weeks away from the presidential election, Mike Dukakis told a crowd in Kalamazoo, Michigan today that he is still trying, still fighting, still expecting to score an upset victory November 8th. Speaking in Fulton, Missouri, where Winston Churchill gave his famous Iron Curtain speech, George Bush said again today he thinks the country must stand tough against the Soviet Union. About 50 people reportedly are dead or missing in a town in northern Colombia, the result of floods from a big hurricane named Joan. Now this.
We felt it was time you heard from a pharmacist who still doesn't recommend Drixoral for 12 hours of cold relief. But he is out with a cold. Drixoral, the pharmacist's favorite.
One of the 3 gray whales trapped in the Alaskan ice for nearly 2 weeks has developed pneumonia. But biologists say they believe the 3 whales will survive. Dan Rather, we'll have more about all this later on the CBS Evening News.
Getting this damn recording, the lines are down. Hello, is this Otis? Yes, I'm looking for a woman I believe has gone to Cross Creek. Yes, Reva Shane, have you seen her? Good, yes, I'd like you to get a message to her. What? You mean all the roads are flooded? Well, can't you cut through the woods or something? I see. But you have seen her? Yes, yes, I'm sure that she's safe with Josh. Thank you, Otis.
I better be going. When will we meet again?
When necessary. The more we limit our contact, the better. Less evidence.
I agree. That's why I really think that you should get rid of that silly note, don't you? It could be damaging for both of us.
Oh, don't worry. I won't let it fall into the wrong hands. You just concentrate on that list I gave you earlier, all right?
I'm going to need some more details if we're really going to move against Philip.
You'll get them at the appropriate time. Now, don't disappear for 3 weeks again. I need to be able to reach you.
It won't happen again.
Good. You just take good care of Philip.
I plan to.
And don't wait too long to sleep with him. But don't fall for him, because that would be disastrous for everyone.
You have nothing to worry about.
Good. Then neither do you. Good night. You better take an umbrella.
Thank you.
Bye.
What am I going to do now?
Of course we never had an affair. Why would you even ask that?
It's come up.
You think you remember that?
Reva Shane told me.
Reva? Mm-hmm. Well, say no more. Hasn't anybody told you about Reva?
Oh, little.
Well, let me inform you. She has been in love with Josh for years. So naturally, her dislike for me is quite intense. And she would do anything, I mean absolutely anything, to destroy my marriage.
Well, there's the picture.
What picture?
Picture of you and me. Looks like...
She showed you that picture?
So did Josh.
Josh has that picture?
Yes, why does that worry you?
Because it is extremely misleading. You saw it. If Reva gave that to him along with her pack of lies, there is... He must be.
Does he have any reason to be upset?
Only that his dear old friend Reva is insistent on pestering him for the rest of her life. But did we ever give him any reason to be upset? No. No, we were business partners.
You came to my apartment.
Why do you say that?
I remember being with you in my apartment. I remember you smoking. But I haven't seen you smoke until just now.
Sonny. Hi. I thought I heard voices and I thought I smelled smoke.
Isn't it awful? I quit in college, and every 6 months or so I just get this silly urge.
Oh, well.
Please don't tell Josh, okay?
No. Every 6 months isn't so bad. When did you get back?
I got back this evening, and our power went out, and I came here for refuge. Actually, I also came to see if you had another number for Cross Creek.
Cross Creek?
Josh is there, and I've been trying to get a hold of him.
I thought he was going to Venezuela.
Well, he was, but Reva got a hold of him, and she filled him full of her usual dose of hatefulness.
She's been saying some stupid, horrible things. Not so nice about you either.
Yes, well, she's got Josh completely turned around, Mindy. So much so that he had to go to Cross Creek alone, and I can't get a hold of him, and I'll tell you, she does some pretty good work, you know?
Well, I've about had it with her myself. I think you should call Alan Spaulding tomorrow and tell him that this development deal is off.
Do you really?
Yeah. I want Reva out of our lives.
I think that's a very good idea. I really do, but you know, I think it's very important that I get in touch with Josh right now.
Well, do you have Otis's number?
Who's Otis?
Otis is the caretaker who lives down the street. You don't have it? I'll get it for you. Otis is a nice guy. He talks very slow. Hello?
Hello, this is Alan Spaulding. Sorry to disturb you at this late hour, but it's important. Is this Mindy?
Yes, it is. What can I do for you?
It's imperative that I reach Sonny Lewis tonight.
Well, if this is about the development deal...
No, I need to speak with her directly. Do you have the number in Venezuela?
Yes, I do, but she's not there. She's here. As a matter of fact, she's standing right here.
Oh, good. Could you please put her on?
Alan Spaulding. It's imperative that he talk to you. Tell him to take a hike.
Hello, Alan. May I ask why you're calling this late hour?
Your husband and Reva are settling in at Cross Creek together, undoubtedly comparing notes, among other things. Is that reason enough?
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
When can we meet?
Right now, I'm at Reva Bend.
I'll see you then.
Green pockets, fit with your style. Green pockets, quick and neat, a breeze to heat. Green pockets, hot numbers like these, only 300 calories. Green pockets, a meal, great taste when you have no time to wait. Green pockets,
Get into Lean Pockets. 6 new tasty lean meals in a pocket.
Green pockets, they fit with your style.
I love tortilla chips, but they can be a little heavy.
But now there's Sancheros. churros light and crispy because they're made by pequeños Kebleros.
The Keebler elves make some churros, authentic stone-ground corn tortilla chips, made extra thin, light, and crispy. Original, nacho, salsa.
The churros light and crispy because they're made by pequeños Kebleros.
You're a pretty good fisherman for a city girl.
You're not a bad cook for a country boy. All the comforts of home.
Celebrate the moments of your life.
Cafe Amaretto, a coffee with the subtle taste of almonds and creamy, rich Cafe Francais from General Foods International Coffees.
This is great.
So, city girl, where are you planning on plugging this in?
When you have trouble falling asleep, take the sleeping aid ingredient that's the doctor's choice, the one in Sleepinol. In a survey, 7 out of 10 doctors chose the sleeping aid in Sleepinol. Sleepinol contains the doctor's choice to fall asleep fast.
In just 1 week, I lost enough weight to actually see the difference.
The Slim Fast Pledge. Give us a week, we'll take off the weight. Each Slim Fast shake is a delicious, nutritious, low-calorie meal.
1 week and the weight was gone.
Give us a week, we'll take off the weight.
Well, I think I'm going to call it a night.
You going to turn in?
Yeah. I'll leave you alone with Johnny.
Come on, it's not like we're a couple or anything.
Who knows? The night is young. The sky is clear.
Good night. Night.
Night.
You know, you were really wonderful with Philip before. Proud of you.
Can you believe my 2 best friends are such idiots? I didn't need them tomorrow. I might sit back and let them go at it.
Yeah. Well, darling, at least Philip agreed to show up.
It wouldn't be the same without them both there.
No.
I bet you were great with Philip, too.
What?
Earlier tonight. I would have loved seeing you giving up your post for love and motherhood.
Well, I was okay.
Next time you invite me along, so you give me this line about going to the hospital. It was very sly.
Yeah, I know.
Get over here.
I wanted to surprise you. And my darling, that's the last time I'm ever going to lie to you. Look, it stopped raining.
I think maybe that's a good sign for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do you want to go to the porch?
Why?
I'd like to practice up for the honeymoon.
Yeah? So, why did you defend Blake like that?
I don't know. I thought it was fair.
Fair?
I want to hear her side of things first.
All right. Don't say I didn't tell you so.
Oh, you think I'm a jerk, huh?
I just think you're giving credit where none is due.
Well, I'm going to talk to her about this. And if you're right, I'll come crawling back so you can say I told you so.
That's not the point, Johnny.
I know. See you tomorrow.
Nice. Did you forget where the door
No,
was?
it seems to be a little blocked. Oh, you can go on to bed. You don't have to wait here with me.
Jerks.
Chelsea?
What?
Thanks for sticking up for me.
Even if I was butting in where I shouldn't have?
Well, you've got a pretty big mouth. But, well, you are awfully pretty.
Good night.
Hey!
I'm so sorry. Is it too late for me to come in?
No, come on in. Always a welcome sight.
I missed you.
Well, we ought to spend a few hours apart more often. What happened? What took you so long?
Oh, Meredith had the worst case of cold feet I've ever seen. I spent the whole night trying to convince her that everything will be all right.
That was fast.
Well, you got my attention, as I'm sure you intended. Now, what is all of this about Josh and Reva?
They've gone off to Cross Creek. No doubt to piece together the confusing events of the past few months.
Yes, but how much do they know?
Enough. I only hope it's not too late to salvage the mess that your carelessness has landed us in.
If you used to take capsules, the makers of Tylenol have just come up with something better. New extra-strength Tylenol gel caps. They're gelatin-coated, and compared to capsules, gel caps are 33% smaller, with all that extra-strength pain relief concentrated into a solid center under a smooth gelatin coating. So gel caps are actually easier to swallow. If you used to take capsules, try new extra-strength Tylenol gel caps. It's not a capsule, it's better.
Splish splash, I was taking a bath, long about a Saturday night. Glove stuff got a clog in my tub, so I jumped out and fixed it up right. Poured a liquid Drano, soon the clog was all gone. If they call a liquid Drano, baby, you know it's real strong. Yipe dice, and it won't hurt your pie. Metal pipe or plastic, liquid Drano, just fantastic. Now I'm splishing and I'm splashing.
Liquid Drano, the liquid strong enough to be called Drano.
What did he do to you?
A dream day come true becomes a painful nightmare.
I begged him to stop. He just didn't listen to me.
No means no today.
From the Mayflower and Plymouth Rock to the Wright brothers at Kitty Hawk and beyond, history goes peanuts in television's first animated miniseries. This is America, Charlie Brown, starting Friday. This has been Guiding Light. Leather goods by Coach. Silver jewelry by Nancy and David. Be sure to be with us tomorrow for another full hour of Guiding Light.
I'm Peter Ruckel with American Treasury. In the year 1800, there was a second American Revolution nearly as important as the first. The story after this.
I'm Audrey Hepburn. In Ethiopia, millions are threatened by the new drought. More children will die from disease and dehydration than starvation. I saw UNICEF saving them with vaccines, medicine, water. Help us keep them alive.
Our system of government started out as an experiment. No one was sure it would work until 1800, when President John Adams, seeking a second term, lost to Thomas Jefferson. It was the first time a sitting president was turned out of office by the voters. The vote and the peaceful transfer of power that followed were so unusual at the time that the election of 1800 became known as the Revolution of 1800. It's a fact in the Library of Congress. Learn about American history in your library.